Do or do not do, there is no try. Looking at the phoenix rise. Life's about learning to live with what you can't control. The soul plays a substantial role. Krav Maga, badass roster, arm wrestling monsters. Motherfucker nearly crashed the chopper. Do or do not do, there is no try. Looking at the phoenix rise. Formula 1, champagne son. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, you're done. 1 million titties, 500,000 girls. Georgia Godstones, diamonds and pearls. We eat Wagyu beef, the phoenix sunrise in the east. The language is scientific, the street. The mountain man was told to go pound sand. There's fresh water in the land, sitting on his horse, folding his hands. Who am I? Don't ask. I'ma ask you if you old enough to dance. Cause right now you holding up the plans. I sleep for 1,000 years, woke up with a beard, looking at my light aura in the mirror. Life's about learning to live with what you can't control. The soul plays a substantial role. A fighter jet barrel rolls over a narrow road, going so fast my head was shaped like a tadpole. I'm a booger, holla, Alabama. Told the bitch to make me a sandwich. Got that peanut butter jelly going ham with the hammers and ham radio scanners. Smoked a turtle with Santa. The space warden race around orbit for they blatant enjoyment. Try to find a better place of employment. Eyes cast below, looking at the phoenix sunrise. Praying fast, cause spirits are among the skies. Life's about learning to live with what you can't control. The soul plays a substantial role. Life's about learning to live with what you can't control. The soul plays a substantial role. Use your generated generation XYZ spaceship. They park their spaceship right on the pavement. Formula 1, champagne son, automatic pneumatic lung. My big dun, Domingo on the drums. Contained in the corridor between Pennsylvania and Baltimore. Miss Money Penny hold all calls. Cannabis planet, composed of palladium granite. My handset battery's dead, I'm stranded. Spiritually awakened, banished in corporeal spaces. In ultramagnetic places, off-world bases. The black cube, the Kaaba, Ashara, the goddess. I showed her my potential for knowledge. She made me a promise to give me non-local photon focus for Higgs boson portals to grow my very own robot coaches. A lie is short-lived, but so is the long truth. Who do you sing songs to? Who do you belong to? I belong to the one that created me, the one that has never forsaken me, the one that watched patiently while I made the worst mistake that reincarnated me. Stand tall, no fear, on the gateway to nowhere. No emotion, so the poetry's clear. My robot more advanced than any rock band. Believe it, above top secret. 1,000 fallen demons got blog talk and podcast grievance. Frankenstein, Aryan eyes, hazel black or brown eyes, all looking at the purple sunrise. Aurora Borealis, outside my Alaskan palace. As long as the rap contract valid. If I can do something, I'ma do it. God damn it, if you can't do nothing, you need to improve. God damn it. Formula 1 nitro pipe, Michael Jai White on Fright Night. My flow like indigo dash lights, cut, chop and slash like the price of trash. The first shall be first after the next to the last. Slow down, you speed and handbrake. Park your mouth, open the door, count to 1.4 and get out. For me, open canopy. The brass walk over to examine me. All this G-force got me aggy. Temporal aerodynamic, pan-ceramic, X-Man gambit. I star spangled it, then man handled it. My ears is buzzing, they talking crazy out there, cousin. Don't ever assume they talk about nothing. Who you representing? Got killed by a media weapon. Let the teleprompter tell him, read me the reference. Were you there in his presence? Okay, for now we gotta hold all questions. See that tall girl? Talk to her breasts.
Infinity, divinity, commander of the symphony. Infinity, divinity, the secret to creativity. Infinity, divinity, you cannot contend with this. Infinity, divinity, when I let it rip. Infinity, divinity, commander of the symphony. Infinity, divinity, the secret to creativity. Infinity, divinity, you cannot contend with this. Infinity, divinity, when I let it rip. Sit it down at the mixing board, told in a dream. One day I will be redeemed, conscious, understand what I mean. A dose of copalamine, my pupils' eyes increase. My higher self filter in between. Playground for the supreme. This is not fantasy, this is manifest reality. You must control how to channel it. Strategy, light as a feather, density, fourth-dimensional energy, fifth-dimensional memory, hyperdimensional weaponry. Battle before infinite salad, following flattery, serious savage. Couldn't pick a more impossible fantasy. Cite elixirs from my alchemist chemistry, incendiary vocabulary. Illuminated speech and wizardry. Every single living soul is a mirror of who I am physically. Theoretically inseparable, incredible. 50 recycles the matter perpetually. Keeps time perfectly. What does the future hold? What you really see? Infinity, divinity, commander of the symphony. Infinity, divinity, secret to creativity. Infinity, divinity, you cannot contend with this. Infinity, divinity, when I let it rip. Infinity, divinity, commander of the symphony. Infinity, divinity, the secret to creativity. Infinity, divinity, you cannot contend with this. Infinity, divinity, when I let it rip.
I feel like I spoke to the overmind. So divine, it up and started mixing up the lines. Step for mankind, reconditioned, witnessing end time. I wanna see humankind rise. Keep your eyes in the skies. 50 a mystical mystery is stronger than a zero gravity environment. Solar activity, poetic antiquity. Witness infinity. This ain't no freaking fake reality. The track to infinity. Energize rap community. Enter your mind. Eternity on cue. Stab you with electricity. You're trapped in my gravity and positive polarity. I only care about infinity. Merely a vessel that the entity channels. Strength of vitality. The Arawak Indians dance for me. Half a dozen UFOs land for me. Mechanical rap royalty. Who beat the blood out the beat with heavy artillery? Divinity, commander of the symphony. Divinity, the secret to creativity. Divinity, you cannot contend with this. Infinity, when I let it sitting in the igloo, sipping shark's fin soup, bring the king through. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in the cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in the cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in the cave. Hardware, interpret software. In my case, I am the hardware. I do it by hand like lawn care, Kevlar, polymer gear. Put 98 rounds in the air, then bust 99 bottles of beer. I drove to Bohemian Grove where Alfred Hitchcock filmed the birds lightly off the side of the road. I was afflicted with the microphone fever by an ominous creature that said I was chosen because of my ether. My poetry scrolls were stolen, flown by U-boat, thrown to an underwater post off the coast of Micronesia. Woke up lost with no clue, my blood flowing through tubes, my breathing apparatus removed before a dark figure walked in the room with a glass of apple juice. Thought it might be urine, so I refused. They put me in a wheelchair, pushed me down the hallway. Nurse had a fat ass, a light brown doll face. They assigned negative Nelly and morbid Mary to give me lap dance with Leslie. She smelled like cherries. They fed me lemons and strawberries. They telepathically asked me if I was happy and ready. I said very. I heard the sound of music playing through surround sound acoustics. They whipped me into a room with my lacunas, but this was all an illusion, trying to extract information to use it. I'm looking 10,000 years in the future. Hardware interprets the software. In my case, I am the hardware. I do it by hand like lawn care, Kevlar, polymer gear. Put 98 rounds in the air, then bust 99 bottles of beer. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in the cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in the cave. I'm Mike Harris, veterans today. A Damas scored duff with a graphite 50 cal Barrett sight. Picture momentarily flickers, mouse clicker. My retina twitches is always ordinarily quicker. I'm the private sector, dark pool director, black budget investor, black star, planet X professor, Eastern philosophy knowledge, Lord Chief of Plan 4 violence, exchanging knowledge with the neighboring tribesmen. If tonnage is weight, my tongue is a tungsten plate that'll make a crane tumble over and break. I work for a better tomorrow, but the interest owed on yesterday's debt is the cause for my sorrow. Oxygen infused umbilical cord tubes are the catalyst that improves mental magnitude and mood. 720 degrees of awareness, completely fearless, at the same time skin stiff. Gotta hang in there till it all crash. It's gonna crash cause the fraud can't last. Practice patience, my musical machinations will abate them, but only if they stop hating. I cook rice and beets, taste it. How could I not be Jamaican? Oxtail, butter, beans, and bacon. Hardware interprets software. In my case, I am the hardware. I do it by hand like lawn care, Kevlar, polymer gear. 98 rounds in the air, bust 99 bottles of beer. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in a cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in a cave. The pelican falls when the doves cry. A red dawn, the black swans cover the sky. Lyrically this, lyrically that, lyrically, I break it down to its biomimicry. Come sit with me, you don't really wanna spit with me without injury. One day, I'ma do it for infinity. The complexity of it all is so simple. I record the experience onto lithium crystals. Potty mouth poetry, please. I does that with relative ease. The parts of speech let the predicates breathe. My privacy is my poetry. That's how you know it's me. Reserved for your ears and eyes only. Hardcore rap, peppered with extraordinary facts. I am the maestro of syntax. Audio biographies, rolling hill properties, resurrection after atrocity. The buck stops with me. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in a cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in a cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. It's obvious I make music in a cave. Fully articulated skeletal non-human remains. I really didn't mean to be so germane.